So today I'm going to be taking a look at the OnePlus 7 Pro, a premium device released all the way back in 2019. But is it still worth buying in 2023? This is hopefully what I'm going to find out in this video. So if you're interested, stick around and let's look at the OnePlus 7 Pro. So the design of the OnePlus 7 Pro is about on par with other flagship phones of 2019. You have an all glass and aluminium design, Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and back, and it's a matte finish on the back which makes it relatively resistant to fingerprints but also really nice to use without a case. The triple camera setup runs down the centre of the back of the phone, which I'll talk more about in a bit. And the bottom of the phone houses the USB-C charging port, SIM tray, speaker grille and microphone. The left of the phone has the volume buttons and the right has the power button and alert slider, and on the top of the phone is another microphone and the pop-up selfie camera. So the OnePlus 7 Pro has typical flagship materials even in 2023. And as for the display, the OnePlus 7 Pro has a large 6.67-inch Quad HD curved AMOLED display with a fast 90Hz refresh rate. This is protected with Corning Gorilla Glass 5 but also has a pre-applied screen protector out of the box. And thanks to the lack of any punch hole cutout, means you get a truly full screen experience, so watching videos and playing games is very immersive and super detailed thanks to that Quad HD resolution. There's also an under-display fingerprint scanner which is fast and responsive, and the phone also supports Face Unlock, and this just uses the front camera so is less secure. So the display of the OnePlus 7 Pro is about as premium as you'll find in 2023. It punches way above its used market asking price, and it is a lot better than a lot of these budget Android devices that were released even today or even last year. And performance is taken care of by the Snapdragon 855, the flagship chip from 2019, and this still proves to offer reliable performance during everyday use, with moderate gaming being handled very well. And this is also thanks to up to 12 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of UFS 3.0 storage. My phone is the middle child with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage, which is absolutely plenty for my everyday use and probably for most people watching this video. And as for software, my OnePlus 7 Pro is running the old Android 10 with Oxygen OS version 10.0 on top. It is supposed to be upgradable to Android 12, so we'll see if mine gets it whilst I have it. And battery life is pretty good on the OnePlus 7 Pro. It houses a 4000 mAh battery, which of course in 2023 is pretty small in a world of 5000 plus mAh, but it is enough to get me through a day of moderate use. And you may well kill it in a day if you're a heavy user, but thanks to the 30-watt charging, you can get 60% in 30 minutes of charge. And unfortunately, the OnePlus 7 Pro doesn't support any wireless charging. This wasn't introduced until the OnePlus 8 Pro, but of course that 30-watt wire charging is pretty fast, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. And lastly, if we talk about the cameras on the OnePlus 7 Pro, it's a triple camera system consisting of a 48 megapixel f1.6 primary camera, an 8 megapixel f2.4 3x telephoto camera, and an f2.2 16 megapixel ultra wide. Only the main and the telephoto cameras have optical image stabilization, so just bear that in mind. And photos coming from the main camera are really good, especially in bright conditions, although in some scenarios they are a bit softer than I'm used to after using so many pixel cameras. There's good amounts of detail, but in lower light situations quality does drop, and there is a dedicated night mode that does help to brighten nighttime shots, but I found this to turn the photos quite yellow, which aren't to my taste. And in my testing, shots from the ultra wide seem to retain a similar color profile and similar detail, but if you crop into finer areas, this is where you can tell it's a lower resolution camera, especially around the edges of the photos. And it's a similar story switching to the telephoto camera. Color size is similar, although in some scenes it does look a bit paler, and detail is pretty good, even maxing out at the 10x digital zoom yields some pretty usable results. And having optical image stabilization on the telephoto camera does help to produce some pretty sharp photos. And video tops out at 4K at 60 FPS. This is pretty good, although OnePlus were never known for having the highest quality video, but it's good enough for your standard home movies, etc. And being optically stabilized helps as well. But oddly, video isn't supported on the ultra-wide camera, which would have been a nice thing to have. And as for selfies, the OnePlus has a 16 megapixel f2.0 camera in this motorized pop-up design. And this was something that went through a bit of a phase in 2019 with Huawei adopting it on a couple of their phones. But of course, due to that motorized pop-up design, there is no IP rating on the OnePlus 7 Pro. And photos from this 16 megapixel camera are pretty good, well detailed with decent bokeh in portrait mode. HDR does a good job controlling extremes, but it's not available in portrait mode, so take this into account when taking portrait selfies in bright conditions. So overall, the OnePlus 7 Pro still offers some really great specs in 2023. You've got great performance thanks to the Snapdragon 855, up to 12 gigabytes of RAM. It's got pretty reliable battery life and clean software, albeit a little bit old, but I'm hoping that it will get an update shortly. And a competent camera system for flexible photography. And I got all of this off eBay for 165 quid for a basically brand new condition phone. So this is an absolute bargain for that sort of money. So let me know in the comments what you think of the OnePlus 7 Pro. Are any of you guys using one in 2023, or is it a phone that you would consider buying again in 2023 and beyond? Let me know in the comments and drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. I've got plenty more coming, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out when I upload new videos, hopefully once a week, providing I don't lack. But again, thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next video.